Chapter 486 Elder Sun is wise. After entering the academy, Hua Yuao and Bei Bei slowed down. Bei Bei was a little puzzled as he asked, Yuao, what's going on between you and Wutong? Why did she leave without saying a word after sending you back that day? Hua Yuao was helpless as he replied, I'm unsure too. We faced danger then. She must have saved me. Perhaps she was hurt or too tired. That's why she was rushing back to the academy to rest. He didn't dare to tell Bei Bei that he took 9 stabs for Tang Wutong. If he did, he didn't know how Bei Bei would admonish him. He wasn't afraid of anyone else but Bei Bei. It was like facing Dalu. He had always considered Bei Bei like his own biological elder brother. Bei Bei said, since she saved you, you should go and visit her after we report to Elder Sun. This time, Wutong has really treated you well by going so far to save you. I can tell that she likes you. Hua Yuao revealed a bitter smile on his face. However, he didn't outright reject Bei Bei. He only nodded slightly. Bei Bei brought him as the two of them went to Sea God's Island. They rushed straight to Sea God's pavilion under Bei Bei's lead. When they were outside the pavilion, Hua Yuao stopped in front of the golden tree before kowtowing. Bei Bei did the same. Hua Yuao thought to himself, Teacher, I'm back alive. I faced Long Xiaya this time, but I don't know why he let me off. Is it because of you? Or something else? Why did my cultivation improve after I took the 9 stabs? And why aren't there any wounds on my body? Regarding this mystery, he could only ask Tang Wutong later on. However, he could roughly remember that Tang Wutong had fainted before he completely lost consciousness. How would she know anything if that's the case? It would probably be too difficult for her. Hua Yuao sighed helplessly as he thought until here. Why are you sighing? Both of you, come in. Elder Sun's voice came from the Sea God's pavilion. Hua Yuao and Bei Bei stood up and walked into the pavilion. Among the younger generation, only the two of them and Zhang Sun could enter and leave the Sea God's pavilion freely. This was because they were all members of the Sea God's pavilion. Without a doubt, they were going to be the leading figures of Shrek Academy in the future. Elder Sun was already waiting for them on the first level. He looked at Hua Yuao and said, Yuao, why do you create a different problem every time you leave? You're a problem magnet indeed. Hua Yuao tensed up. Don't tell me that Wutong has already told Elder Sun about our meeting with the Darkness Holy Dragon. Elder Senior will still scold me if Elder Sun blurts it out. However, he had no other choice, since things were already at this stage. He only thickened his skin and laughed. Elder Sun, I don't know whether I'm fortunate or not. However, I did earn some merit this time. Even if I was wrong in some way, I should be able to make amends for it. Elder Sun nodded and answered, you did make a mistake, which is to cause trouble for me. However, you did well in the extreme north. Tell me, how did you spoil the Sun Moon Empire's plans? Logically speaking, you can't deal with an entire Soul Engineer Legion on your own. Kyokai's words were also very ambiguous. She also doesn't know what you did. Hup Yuao coughed. It's like that. Elder Sun, I've got some things to report to you. In fact, do you still remember the spirit that I have? Elder Sun thought for a moment before asking, are you talking about that young lady? The cute one? Hua Yuao nodded hurriedly and answered, yes, her. Of course I do. How could I not remember such a cute young lady? Why? What has she got to do with this? Elder Sun was puzzled. Even Bei Bei was curious. Even though he all along knew that Hua Yuao's strength was a little mysterious, this had to do with Hua Yuao's own privacy. If he didn't say anything, he wouldn't ask. But right now, his curiosity was piqued. Hua Yuao chuckled and said, she isn't some young girl. Talking about her background, it's actually quite impressive. He recounted how he came upon the embryo of the Snow Empress when he was in the Sun Moon Imperial Soul Engineering Academy, as well as how he fused with the Snow Empress. He also talked about how the Snow Empress had created a spirit. After hearing his story, Elder Sun and Bei Bei were in awe. The things that happened to Hua Yuao couldn't be described by the word magical anymore. A human had actually fused with the Snow Empress, ranked third among the 10 great savage beasts. The Snow Empress was only inferior to Detian and the Evil Eye Tyrant King, and her cultivation was around 700,000 years. When the Snow Empress was at her peak, even if Nguyen was still alive, he might not even be able to fight her. If it was in the ice plains of the extreme north, the Snow Empress could even fight the Beast God. Such a supernatural being had actually become Hua Yuao's spirit. No wonder this kid's ultimate ice abilities rose so quickly. Ultimate ice is such a difficult ability to cultivate, but he was able to become a soul sage just like Bei Bei and the rest. So this is why. I led the Snow Empress to the core of the extreme north. Under her command, the strongest species of soul beast in the extreme north, the Taikan Snow Devils, agreed to help me. I led them and came up with a simple plan to destroy the base and facilities that the Sun Moon Empire's military had set up. Given the harsh conditions, they couldn't survive without their facilities. This was why they could only retreat. Believe me, with the threat of those soul beasts, and given the Sun Moon Empire is so far away, they won't be able to do anything in the short term. Elder Sun's lips twisted after he heard Hua Yuao's story. He said, that works. You're actually able to tap into the power of the soul beasts in the extreme north. It's really... Hee. Hua Yuao chuckled. He was blowing his horn a bit, but he was also slightly proud of himself. Elder Sun glared at him and said, don't be too happy. Don't be so reckless when you face something like this in the future. Can't you at least send news back to the academy and wait for reinforcements first? Do you really not trust us at all? Although Elder Sun was admonishing Hua Yuao still felt very warm in his heart. Yes. Shrek Academy is just like my home. Yes, I was wrong. Elder Sun, I'll keep that in mind in the future. Hua Yuao admitted his mistake very obediently. Elder Sun wanted to scold him further, but he stopped upon seeing that Hua Yuao was so repentant. After all, he was already a grown-up. He couldn't help but laugh. You are eager to admit your mistakes, but you won't change your character. Hua Yuao scratched his head in embarrassment while Bei Bei nodded in agreement. Hua Yuao quickly changed the topic and said, Elder Sun, both of us are here to tell you about Teacher Xiaoya. We caught an evil soul master when we went to Heaven Do City. We managed to find out that she's at the front lines. Hua Yuao was secretly relieved when he said that. Elder Sun didn't seem to know about him and Tang Wutong. Otherwise, he wouldn't be let off so easily. Bei Bei was anxious and rushed to tell Elder Sun about what Xu Yanwei had revealed. Elder Sun pondered for a moment. Since that's the case, form a team in the Tang Sect. I'll think about who I should send with you. Bei Bei was evidently a little stunned. He probed, Elder Sun, we're going to save Xiaoya. Will it affect the academy? Elder Sun glanced at him. I understand what you're worried about. Don't tell me that the Sun Moon Empire doesn't know that we're going to deal with them. Not only do we have to succeed in saving her this time, but we must also do something useful. This will boost confidence in the 3 empires of the original Douluo continent. At the same time, we'll bring the Sun Moon Empire back to the ground. We must think of a way to confuse them. Bei Bei's eyes brightened, and he said, Elder Sun is wise. Elder Sun snapped. Stop bootlicking. Tell me then, how am I wise? Elder Sun, I'm a little confused. Come, Yuao, tell him. As he spoke, he dragged Hua Yuao over. Elder Senior, you're dishonorable. Hua Yuao laughed bitterly in his heart, but he didn't dare to say it out loud. He thought for a moment before saying, Elder Sun, you're clear in the other areas, but as for the confusion part, we just have to exclude soul engineers. We'll use traditional soul masters from the academy to fight. The Sun Moon Empire will still think that we're mainly composed of soul masters. Even if our soul tool department has developed, it can't compare to our soul masters. Elder Sun nodded in satisfaction and said, that's it. Right now, Lina and Duo are busy with the soul tool department. I'll ask Shaosh to follow both of you instead. He can represent the academy. However, the lessons and training in the academy are quite tight on schedule. I can't allocate many people to go with you. I'll ask Elder Sun to go too. With the two of them around, there shouldn't be any problems protecting you. In Shrek Academy, Elder Sun was only inferior to Elder Sun. Her green shadow godly eagle had played a very important role during the beast wave. With 2 transcendent Douluo backing them up, their chances of success were greatly increased. Bei Bei rubbed his hands in excitement. Thanks, Elder Sun. Thank you. Elder Sun smiled and asked, what are you thanking me for? I already said that Shrek Academy and the Tang Sect are just like one family. Xiaoya is the real sect leader of the Tang Sect. Shouldn't we save her? However, do you have any way of removing the evil poison in her body? Bei Bei's expression turned slightly grim, and he answered, it'll be difficult. However, we have to save her first before we even have a chance. Elder Sun said, oh, that's right. It's fine for both of you to go this time, but please be careful. Think about who you want to bring along with you on this trip. You should be the ones holding the fort at the Tang Sect, but I'm afraid you'll still be anxious even if you remain in the sect. That's why it's better for you to go, but you still need to arrange things in the Tang Sect first. Yes, I'll do so. Bei Bei replied excitedly. Elder Sun, how's Tang Wutong? She saved me. I'm planning to go take a look at her. Hua Yuao probed by asking Elder Sun. Elder Sun replied, you can't find her now. She's in closed-door cultivation. What? Huro Yuao was stunned as he looked at Elder Sun. Elder Sun said, I don't know what's going on with her either. She seems a little distracted after saving you. She asked permission from me to enter closed-door cultivation. No one is to disturb her. She's very talented, and is even not inferior to you. I hope this round of cultivation will do her some good. After hearing Elder Sun's words, Huro Yuan naturally couldn't insist anymore. He returned to the Tang Sect after leaving the Sea God's Pavilion with Bei Bei. Bei Bei immediately got busy. He didn't know when they would return once they left on this trip. Things were still very busy in the Tang Sect. Naturally, he had to make plans before leaving. Huro Yuan didn't idle either. He returned to his room and immediately summoned the Snow Empress from his spiritual sea. The situation of the Ice Bear King was unknown, but he believed the Snow Empress had a way of finding him. He slightly sighed and thought to himself, I'm afraid the Snow Empress will scold me this time. I was really resigned to dying man. I really feel a little uncomfortable facing the Snow Empress, Ice Empress, and Brother Skydream, but I have no choice. No matter what, this issue has to be settled. Since he had no choice, he gritted his teeth and summoned the Snow Empress from his spiritual sea. A figure flashed before the Snow Empress appeared. Just like Huro Yuao had expected, she was staring at him with a cold look. It was as if he was going to be in great trouble. I was wrong. Huro Yuao lowered his head and used the same trick he had used on Elder Sun earlier. The Snow Empress didn't say anything as she looked at him. Snow Empress, I admit my mistake. Ooh. The Snow Empress suddenly laughed. She couldn't maintain the cold expression on her face anymore, and a captivating smile surfaced. Huro Yuao subconsciously lifted his head. When he saw her laughing, he was shocked. What are you laughing at? The Snow Empress suddenly turned serious and snorted. What do you think? What do you think I'm laughing at? Huro Yuao laughed bitterly and replied, I don't know. I'd rather you scold me instead. I'll feel better then. The Snow Empress snapped. Daddy, are you so miserable? Huro Yuao got goosebumps when she called him daddy. I think calling me that is even worse than scolding me. The Snow Empress was furious. I'll keep calling you that. Daddy, daddy, daddy. Huro Yuao listened to her listlessly and didn't dare to resist at all. Who asked him to be the one at fault? The room became quiet once again. The Snow Empress looked at him just like that, but he didn't dare to look back at her. He only lowered his head. After a brief moment, the Snow Empress laughed once again. You're indeed a fool. No wonder Wang Donga called you that when you were still together. Did you really think the darkness holy dragon wanted to kill you, and that we'd watch and let you die? He didn't have the intention of killing you from the beginning. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been so simple. What? Huro Yuao lifted his head and looked at the Snow Empress in a daze. The Snow Empress nodded coldly. Did you not understand me? That day, right from the start, the Darkness Holy Dragon had no intention of killing you. I don't know what you were thinking. Given his cultivation, he would have countless ways to kill you. He can even avoid Detian. However, he didn't have the intention. Didn't you notice that? If he wanted to kill you, what would be the point of dragging you outside the city? The city is his territory. What would be the point of dragging you outside the city? Huro Yuao was stunned as he asked. He didn't want to kill me. Why did he threaten me then? And why did he lay his hands on me? The Snow Empress answered. I didn't understand at the start either. I only felt that he neither wanted to kill you nor harbored any evil intentions toward Tang Wutong. Otherwise, do you really think you could have attacked so many times? If he didn't give in to you, you would already have been restrained by his domain. Huro Yuao furrowed his brow. That's weird then. If Long Xiaya didn't want to hurt me or Wutong, what was the point of appearing? Snow Empress, tell me, quickly. The Snow Empress said coldly. Before I reveal his true intentions, let's talk about us first. You wanted to abandon us, right? Tell me, what should we do? Huro Yuao was helpless as he laughed bitterly. I had no choice then. Did you really expect me to be confident in the face of an ultimate Douluo? I had no choice. I only knew that Long Xiaya would keep his promise. The poison in his dagger could have killed Tang Wutong. I'd rather take the poison in her place. At least one of us would be alive to relay information. I'm a man. I couldn't have let a girl take stabs for me. Furthermore, I remember the Ice Empress mentioning before that your origins have been consolidated after absorbing the manifold mysterious ice essence. Even if I died, all of you could still find new bodies. The Snow Empress sighed and said, You're really a fool. Ice was only saying that. Furthermore, she was only speaking theoretically. Right now, let me tell you for real. In fact, our lives are tied to you. If you die, we die. Skydream might still be able to leave your body. However, have you forgotten? When you were forming your soul core, he left the remnants of his spiritual origin to you. It's like allowing a part of his spirit to fuse with you. He's already a part of you. If you let him go, would you still have a conscience? What? Huro Yuao was stunned. The Snow Empress nodded coldly and continued, saying, Furthermore, can I sleeve? She's your second martial soul, and her origin power is in your soul bone. If you die and she's able to escape, she'll have less than 1% of her original strength. She'll dissipate before she can even find a new body. Among all of us, Star Anise is the most likely to escape. That's because Star Anise is a pure spirit. After absorbing some ice essence, its origin is stable, and it's the only one who can find a new owner. After speaking until here, the Snow Empress paused for a moment before continuing. Lastly, me. Initially, your teacher burned the origin of his divine sense to save me so that I could become your spirit. Otherwise, how could you have handled my immense strength? Given how weak you were back then, my origin has long been interlinked with your spirit through your teacher's divine sense. He saved me out of goodwill. However, he also tied me to you in order to save you. If you die, I'll be the next. Do you understand? It was indeed Huro Yuao's first time learning about his connection with his four spirits. He felt very guilty now. The Snow Empress words were very clear to him. If he died, all his spirits, excluding the Star Anise mysterious ice grass, would be buried with him. Suddenly, his face turned red. He didn't know what to say. He had only achieved what he had today with the help of his spirits. However, he had thought of giving up then. The Snow Empress groaned. I'm telling you all this to make you understand. You aren't living for one person now, but for everyone. Yes, you might have faced some obstacles in your love life. However, you're a man. Can't you live without love? Huro Yuao lowered his head as he said, Snow Empress, I was in the wrong. I won't do it again. The Snow Empress gently acknowledged his words and said, All right, you don't have to act like this. In fact, we aren't angry with you. Huro Yuao lifted his head again after hearing her words. Not angry with me. He sounded a little astonished. The look in the Snow Empress' eyes had evidently turned gentler. She sighed slightly and said, We can understand what you're going through, and it's not easy. All these years, you've been cultivating tirelessly and facing all sorts of dangers. You've even been spiritually affected. To be honest, you're already very tough and resilient among all humans. If it were someone else the other day, he would have made the same choice too. This is why you shouldn't think too much. We can understand your decision. You're tired. The pressure on you has been too great. Let me tell you something else. Remember that we are your spirits. We are one with you. No matter what you do in the future, you must treasure yourself. It's the same as treasuring us. Moreover, you don't have to treat us as burdens or misgivings. We're part of you. That's why we should try to help you shoulder whatever burdens you have instead of giving you more pressure. Huro Yuao's eyes started to turn red as he looked at the Snow Empress. In fact, in his heart, whether it was the Skydream Ice Worm or the Ice Empress, they were reasons for why he felt stressed. He clearly knew what their objectives were in following him. If he couldn't fulfill them, he would be letting them down. The Snow Empress words moved him greatly and caused the last streak of distance between him and the spirits in his body to vanish completely. Thanks, Snow Empress. Huro Yuao sobbed. Call me Snow Lady. We know you're tired. That's why we won't force you in the future. Rest when it's time to rest, and relax when it's time to relax. Even against strong opponents, you have us. Long Xiaya was right. As an ultimate Douluo, he has many ways of isolating your connection with Detian. However, he doesn't know that you and I are the same entity. I'm not. Some kind of greenhorn. As long as I'm around, I can get into contact with the beast god anytime I want, and inform him that you're in danger. Doesn't Detian want to restrict you? He's the first person you can turn to. You might as well make good use of him. That's why you don't have to be overly concerned for your own safety. Of course, it's still best to be careful. All right, Snow Lady. What about Little Bai? He's still at Heaven Do City. I plan to ask you if you can contact him. I'll go to Heaven Do City to find him now. You don't have to go to Heaven Do City. The Snow Empress laughed as she said, I already knew that you were going to ask me this. When Tang Wutong left with you, I had already signaled to Little Bai to tag along. In fact, I would have asked Little Bai to go over if not for the fact that Long Xiaya didn't plan to kill you. With him around, you should be able to retreat safely. Where is he now? Huro Yuao asked, surprised. Outside Shrek City. The Snow Empress said, I asked him to wait in the wilderness. Go and fetch him. After that, I believe that your fusion with him can begin. What? Who are you? I was startled. What do you mean? The Snow Empress nodded and said, that's right. When you were hurt that day, Long Xiao first dispelled the poison from your body before healing your wounds. According to his words, he wanted to drain your soul and spiritual power, as well as your energy, before letting you consume that thing. Once you absorb it, its effect will be greatest. Who are you? I was stunned. What thing? What exactly is that? What did Long Xiao do to me? The Snow Empress sighed and was a little envious as she looked at him and said, that day, Long Xiao gave you a dragon pill. Dragon pill? What is that? He asked, stunned. What? The Snow Empress was speechless as she asked, you don't know what a dragon pill is? Oh, no wonder. It's a treasure in this world that you basically can't find. Who are you? I was curious as he looked at her. He was waiting for her to explain. The Snow Empress continued. That's why a dragon pill is a pill from a dragon. The Snow Empress couldn't help but chortle after seeing Hua Yuao's speechless look. I'm not wrong. Why are you looking at me like that? Hua Yuao said. That's because your explanation is too good. A pill from a dragon. Why don't you call it a dragon's egg instead? The Snow Empress laughed. Dragon's egg. The effect of a dragon's egg isn't even as great as a dragon pill. Can you fertilize a dragon's egg? Even if you can you wait for it to grow up? A dragon takes many years to grow from a fetus to an adult. What's a dragon pill, then? Who are you? Asked. The Snow Empress answered. A dragon pill is an energy body that slowly forms after a giant dragon becomes an adult. It contains the blood lineage of a giant dragon, as well as its origin strength. It's something a giant dragon uses to develop its spiritual senses. You can take it like this. A dragon pill from a giant dragon is like the soul core of a human soul master. It's even more important than a soul core. You have to kill a giant dragon to obtain its dragon pill. So fierce. Why did Long Xiao give me such a pill then? What effect will it have on me? Who are you? Hurriedly asked. It sounded like it was a great thing. The Snow Empress answered. I'm not too sure about that. However, I might have overheard that it had something to do with someone called Nguyen. Nguyen seemed to have asked for a favor. That's why he gave it to you. Teacher. Who are you? Said. Nguyen is my teacher. Together, they were known as the twin dragons of black and white. He was also an ultimate Douluo, and the last master of the Sea God's Pavilion. He's very strong, and his martial soul is the radiant holy dragon. The Snow Empress was enlightened. I see. I don't know where they got that dragon pill. You really have it good. Who are you? Said. You haven't told me what a dragon pill is used for. The Snow Empress said. Its greatest effect is to cleanse your body and strengthen your blood and bones. Simply put, after you consume the dragon pill, your body will become as strong as a giant dragon's. Even when you try to break through to become an ultimate Douluo, you don't have to worry about your body not being strong enough. Who are you? Was astonished. As an elite student of Shrek Academy, he naturally understood what a soul master's physical strength had to do with his cultivation. Usually, a soul master's physical strength was what limited him during the later stages of cultivation. This was especially relevant at the tier of transcendent Douluo. Most times, it was because a soul master couldn't handle the surge of soul power. If the Snow Empress is right, does that mean I would have no problems cultivating all the way to an ultimate Douluo in the future? It's not just a great thing. This dragon pill is indeed very powerful. Teacher, did you ask Long Xiao for help? But why is he with the Holy Ghost Church then? Right now, who are you? Was lost. He didn't understand what kind of agreement Long Xiao had with his teacher to lead to what had happened. However, no matter what, it was great to have consumed a dragon pill. That is why your soul power reached all the way to a bottleneck. The dragon pill is transforming your body and has taken form inside your body. Otherwise, you would have imploded. Given your cultivation, Long Xiao must have been prepared. He used a part of the dragon pill's strength on your body, while the rest of its strength was used to compress it in your chest. In the future, if you can form a soul core there, the strength contained within the dragon pill will be of great help to you. Long Xiao has given you a big gift. Right now, we really see hope in you. It's not just because of your intelligence or talent, it's more because of your abilities. Do you understand? After hearing the Snow Empress words, Who are you? Still didn't understand, and looked at her with a confused look. You're really dumb. Had your brain turned to dust after being stabbed a few times? The Snow Empress rolled her eyes and said, think about it. How many different types of strength are there in your body? First, you have the manifold mysterious ice essence. I've already absorbed a large part of the ice essence. You absorbed part of it too, and it's still in your blood. In fact, it will be of use when you try to reach rank 90 and become a titled Douluo. As you already have a soul core, it's much more difficult to form a second one. You'll need enough energy to support your endeavor. Otherwise, why did you think I would ask them to store all the ice essence? It's for when you form your second soul core. While the dragon pill that Long Xiao gave you might seem to contain less energy than our ice essence, it's still very immense. Furthermore, the strength of that dragon pill is much more dominant, and it's greatly helpful to your body. That's why, according to your current situation, you should form your second soul core in your chest and absorb the strength of that dragon pill. In that way, your body will evolve once again when you form your second soul core with the dragon pill as its core. Earlier, I mentioned that your strength would be similar to that of a giant dragon. What I meant was that it would happen after you absorb the strength of the dragon pill, but not now. Although you've been strengthened, you're still lacking compared to a true giant dragon. However, things will be different after you absorb the strength of the dragon pill. Even your spiritual seed will be as stable as a giant dragon's then. So will your body. When you fight Etienne in the future, you'll at least stand a chance. This also means that you can form an unprecedented third soul core when you become an ultimate Douluo in the future with both the dragon pill and the manifold mysterious ice essence. Oh. Who are you? Acknowledged her words. 3 soul cores sounds pretty good. I really have hoped to become an ultimate Douluo. The Snow Empress was annoyed. What kind of expression is that? Do you know what 3 soul cores means? Who are you? I was puzzled and asked. Is it considered remarkable? Etienne's soul power seems to come from his soul cores. How many soul cores does he have? Idiot. With 2 main soul cores working together, 1 soul power will become as powerful as Etienne's. I'm not too sure whether Etienne has a 3rd main soul core. He should. This means that your abilities will be as great as Etienne's. If you form 3 soul cores, you'll definitely become the strongest human in the last 10,000 years. Thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Also leave a comment down below with suggestions on what novels to read.